Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we're gonna review the BetaFPV Pavo 20 Pro, a 2.2 inches upgrade of the regular 2-inch Pavo 20, still 3S but super light at 108 grams. If it doesn't have jello, this drone is gonna be amazing because bigger props means more stable, more efficiency. Let's see how it goes. Let's open the box and see what's inside. You got the foam, the drone canopy, the drone itself, LED strip to put around the ducts, a bag with extra GemFan BetaFPV props, and the USB-C adapter to connect to your flight controller. The props are 22/18, so it's a weird size. And lastly, a bag with the hardware. BetaFPV also sent a couple of the recommended batteries, Lava 550 mAh 3S high voltage. Let's talk about specs. This is the plug and play version. I need to put my own O3 in there, and this is the connector to do that. The wheelbase is 93.7 mm motor to motor, and with the O3 without battery, it will be 108.6 grams of weight, which is very nice for a 2.2 inches drone with 3S batteries. Very light. Frame is super sturdy, injection molded this part as well as the canopy right here, and the carbon is 2 mm thick. I love the look of these Lava motors, 1104 7200 kV. They are powered by a F4 flight controller with 20 amps integrated ESCs, maximum 3S, and it has integrated Express LRS into it. I love that it comes with a battery strap so you can accommodate different sizes of batteries. And boom, the O3 system is in and is ready to fly. I'm gonna use the 550 milliamps 3S battery, and it's 149 grams with this battery. So it's not the stealthiest drone I ever tried. It's quite breezy today, so having these bigger propellers and better motors help with that. And it works much better in acro, as you can see. Wow. One thing I don't like is I am seeing the propellers in frame. I am like 10-15 degrees of tilt. I can tilt it more, but it kind of defeats the purpose of a cinewhoop. If you see the ducks, I think they should have designed the ducks a little, not the ducks, the camera a little bit forward, so this was not a problem. I am looking for the chicken test. You see, this is the perfect chicken chase angle you can see right here, and I have the ducks in frame, so I cannot really publish the video. It's a shame. Other than that, the drone is flying pretty nice considering how breezy it is. It's fast, it's nice, seems to be also kind of efficient. And when it's like now 20 meters out, you can hear it, but it's not crazy noisy. Like some 2 inches are noisier than that. Bigger props, lower pitch noise. Here they are. Okay, can I make them go home? I like chasing chicken in angle mode. Yeah, more controlled. Look at this beautiful image with the sunset and the chicken running. Everybody was asking for chicken chases. Now I managed to do that, because usually I film at a later hour because it's just super hot, but now we got a little bit of a better climate. Okay, let's do some macro. We got the chicken chase part. I already set up the rates much lower than they were because they were incredibly fast and I didn't really feel in control. But oh wow, like this is fine. It's still a little bit jumpy, which, I mean, it's a super light drone with big power, so jello. It doesn't have jello, so finally BetaFPV learned how to avoid that. Very nice. If it wasn't for the freaking ducks in view, this would have been a 10 out of 10 drone. 5 minutes and 30 seconds of flying. It's efficient, it's powerful, and it's locked in even with this wind. Very, very, very good job. It doesn't seem to have any vibration in the camera. The only thing I don't like is when you are at lower camera angles, you see the ducks in view. Now I put it at this 20-25 degrees camera angle. You don't see the ducks anymore, but if you want to fly slow indoors, you're gonna be pointing a little bit up, which is not ideal. I wish they put this camera a little bit forward so you wouldn't see the ducks, because it's a cinewhoop. Let's fly again. You can see a little bit of the ducks down there, but I want to show you what you can do with the minimum camera angle, which seems to be this one. The drone goes much faster. I mean, for this sort of cruising, it's fine. Maybe you are in a city, you want to do a line, it's fine being at 20 degrees. It cruises better, not bad. But the problem is when you want to go slower, you are looking up. Not even that much, but during the day, you see what I'm talking about, you are looking up, and the sky is overexposed, is not the best really. Okay, let's acro. For acro, probably it's better because you see a little bit better where you're going when you do this kind of flips. Yeah, I feel better acroing now. Hey! Luckily it's powerful, so... Oh, whoa! I'm dodging stuff like crazy. Yeah, flies very, very good. And we see the chicken sleeping down there. Probably you can, I cannot, because the signal is not incredible back there. Yeah. Oh! I mean, I am flying better with this drone than with a 5-inch because it's smaller, you have more confidence in these tight spaces. Time for my final opinion on the BetaFPV Pavo 20 Pro. As you can see, it's slightly bigger than the regular Pavo 20. This is a 3S 2-inch drone and this is a 2.2-inch 3S. And it deserves the Pro denomination because you gain a little bit of extra efficiency, power, stability. The perceived noise is slightly less than this one. And I mean, they improved it a lot with a marginal gain in weight, which is amazing. And sure, I will go with this one. Both of these drones don't have jello in the O3, which is very nice because the original Pavo Pico had a little bit of jello issues. The only thing that doesn't make these drones perfect is the camera mount, which should have been a tiny bit forward, like half a centimeter would have been fantastic. They should have replaced these holes with screw mounts if you wanna lose a little bit of camera protection and gain a little bit of camera view without the ducks in front. As you can see, I tried switching from the original O3 holes to this one, which is a little bit more forward. It's a tiny bit better, but still, if you use a 5-degree angle, you're gonna see the ducks. And like this, I feel like it's fine enough, but I wish this wasn't a problem, so I could promote this drone 10 out of 10. And this drone, I feel like it sits in its own category, so you cannot really compare it with many others. It's not as light and as silent as a 2S, but it flies in the wind much better, it has much better control, and it's not as heavy and as noisy as a 4S drones, but those fly a little bit faster and have a little bit better control and carry capacity, because on this drone, you're not gonna put a naked GoPro, of course. And that's all for today. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this drone, and also what's your favorite sub 250 grams O3 cinewhoop. If you wanna buy something, check out the links in the description below. You help this channel a lot, and also often I put discounts there. And as always, stay safe and happy flying. Bye.